Hi there, my name is Scott Arthur and I'm the Councillor for Collington, Oxgangs and Fairmile Head. And right now I'm one level below the Royal Mile in the City Chambers in Edinburgh. And the reason for that will become clear at the end of this video. It's worth hanging around for. Well, I think it is anyway. So I've had quite a busy day, so I thought I'd do a recap. So I started off in my ward having a look at some of the impact of the quite serious antisocial behaviour that we've seen in Oxgangs last night. Really absolutely awful to see some of the mess created. Really drags the area down. Really disappointing, really sad, heartbreaking actually. I contacted the Chief Inspector later in the day and thanked him for all his work the officers did in Oxgangs last night to try to keep us all safe. I think they did an excellent job in quite difficult circumstances, and I'll be meeting him, well, myself and other councillors for South West Edinburgh will be meeting him on Friday in my ward, and no doubt we'll get an update on all that happened over the weekend. The next thing I did was I cycled down to Annandale Street, where I met the Lothian Buses trade unions, and we spoke through some of the issues that they're dealing with, and it was actually a really constructive and positive discussion. And then after that I met the managing director of the company along with some of our team, and she talked me through their plan to decarbonise our fleet, so get it to a wholly electric fleet over the next decade or so. And I have to say, one of the things that really stuck with me is the accessibility improvements we're going to see in the new buses, which hopefully should start arriving on our streets over the next 6 months or so. I think they really will be impactful and keep Lothian really at the really top of what we expect from public transport in the UK. It's absolutely fantastic. We also spoke about the delays on Comiston Road due to the road safety scheme the council's implementing in the Greenbank area, and I think both of us are quite interested in reducing the delays to public transport there, so hopefully we'll see progress there soon. The other thing, after that I went up to Waverley Gate, where I met with NHS Lothian, and we spoke about essentially what we spoke about, how we make Edinburgh a happier and healthier place for us all to live. So they were quite keen to talk about some of the health benefits we should get from the low emission zone and other key council projects. And of course one of the things that we're really keen to speak about actually was the pavement parking ban, and we should publish plans for that on Friday, and hopefully we'll see the implementation of that starting in January next year. And I think that's going to be absolutely transformative for our city actually. It's going to make it so much easier for people to walk around or push a buggy, parents or grandparents, and in particular people with wheelchairs and people with disabilities. It's just going to be such an important step for our city actually, and it's good to see the city leading on something like that in Scotland. After that I met with DOT, which are a company, let me get this right, they're based in Amsterdam, most of their business is undertaken in France, and their CEO is based in London. They're a company that runs cycle hire schemes, and so they were talking about how a DOT cycle hire scheme could work in Edinburgh, so a really constructive discussion with them actually, which I really welcomed. After that we had a meeting on bus services in, essentially West Edinburgh, also other parts of the city which aren't particularly well connected just now, so about how the council could subsidise bus services connecting places like Ratho, Cramond, Kirkliston, South Queensferry, Dummy-Dykes and even Portobello, how we can improve these supported services. So the council's looking at spending around £1.7 million to either improve the existing supported services or perhaps even create new ones. So those routes will get published on Friday, so tremendously important for people who live in those parts of the city. And the last thing I did today was I came down here because we had a delivery, and I'll show you what it is. So what you can see we've got some trial line cycle hire bikes. So I said earlier I was speaking to DOT, but another company that runs cycle hire schemes in the UK is Lime. And so just like DOT, they're quite keen to operate in Edinburgh, and we're quite keen to have a cycle operation return to our city. So it's glad to see these two great companies really serious about supporting us in this actually. And with both companies, we've spoke about the need to learn from past mistakes in terms of high cycle hire schemes in Edinburgh. And we've also spoke about how important it is to get a cycle hire scheme that doesn't cost the council millions of pounds. In fact, I'm hopeful we get a cycle hire scheme that doesn't cost the council and council taxpayers anything, so that let these private companies run the scheme, at profit, but also meeting our policy objectives in terms of getting people active, particularly people living in the most deprived areas of the city. So really important for the city going forward, and it's really good to see these trial bikes here. And I'm not being allowed to get a shot of one yet, which is a bit frustrating. But it's really good to see them here, and I'm expecting to get a shot of one on Wednesday when we meet the line team, myself and the council leader, and some council staff as well. So big step forward for the city, hugely positive. So, but I'm not going to end on a positive. I want to go back to that antisocial behaviour we've seen right across the city. Completely unacceptable, of course. So if you've got any information about who's responsible, please just dial 101 and you can speak to one of the police call handlers. If you want to give information to the police anonymously, of course you can call via Crime Stoppers. And let's hope these people are caught and feel the full force of the law, right? Because we can't allow people to damage our city and our city's reputation like this. Myself and the rest of the administration here in Edinburgh, we spend quite a lot of time trying to attract new employers here, to create new jobs, etc. in the city, and what we've seen last night only makes that harder and is going to hold our city back. So if you have any information, please dial 101. Okay? I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'm just away to cycle home in the dark now. The joys of the winter in Edinburgh. Okay? Bye for now.